the steps to set your goals and absolutely crush them. But what happens when you actually reach your goals? Or what happens when you don't? I want to talk to you today about the pursuit of goals because so many times we get stuck, and I've definitely been at fault at this. You get stuck looking at this goal and working towards this goal. I don't know if you've ever been there before where you've worked so hard to reach a goal and you reach it and it doesn't feel like you thought it was going to feel. Maybe you even felt a little disappointed or let down because you didn't feel like the expectation of reaching that goal, of hitting the 6-figure mark, of reaching that accolade, of hitting the rank, of making the sale doesn't feel as fulfilling as you envisioned and imagined it would. I was working towards this goal in my business for years. Literally every single year. For the first 3 years in my first online business, I set this goal to hit this certain accolade, and I set the daily habits and I worked the daily habits and I reverse engineered it, and I knew that it was possible for me. And this is point 1 of this video, that your goals, while yes, maybe you're setting that year goal or that 90-day goal, if you don't achieve it within the timeline, it doesn't make the goal any less valid. It just means that maybe you needed more time to achieve the goal. Maybe your goal is to have 3 sales in the month of January, and January ends and you only have 2 sales. What do? Do you just stop? Do you just quit? Because when you reverse engineered your yearly goal, it was you have to have 3 sales every single month. And here it is, the end of January, and you didn't have those 3 sales. So obviously you're not going to reach your yearly goal. Do you just stop? Or do you keep going? And maybe in week 5 or week 6, you hit that 3rd sale and then the 4th. But that sale would have never come if you had just given up. And all numbers are data. If you think it's going to take you 1 month to hit 3 sales and it takes you 5 weeks to hit 3 sales, then when you're reverse engineering next time, you have the data on your side. So I set this goal to hit this accolade in my business for 3 years. And I didn't hit it year 1, but I got a lot of data. I didn't hit it year 2, but I got even more data. And year 3, I didn't hit it. And at the end of that year, I looked back at the last 3 years and I looked at everything, what was going well and what wasn't. And then once again, because I love vision and I'm big on vision, and I believe in having a big vision along with these yearly goals. And those are the 2 drivers really for your life. But I remember just like thinking like, okay, like this is going to be my year. I know what I have to do. I know my numbers. I know what I have to do to hit this goal. And I hit it. And I'll never forget that the day that I hit the goal, I cried. And it wasn't because I was so happy. I worked for 4 years to hit this big goal. And it wasn't because I was so happy. I cried because it didn't live up to the vision in here. I had built it up so much in my head that I forgot to celebrate the person that I was becoming along the way. I forgot to take a step and look back at how far I had come in that 4 years. That's a long time. People overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can accomplish in 10 years. My husband actually today sent me this, and it made me cry when he sent me this. He sent me this picture, and it says, if the version of you from 5 years ago could see you right now, they'd be so proud. Keep going. And I look back and think of who I was 5 years ago and where I was and the income I was making and the impact I was making and where I am now and where I'm going to be 5 years from now. And I want to remind you that yes, you have those goals, but if you don't hit them within the certain timeline, that doesn't mean that you need to change the goal or make it smaller. It just means that maybe you need to adjust the timeline. And then 2, I don't want you to forget to celebrate along the way, because it's not about hitting the accolade. It feels great, right? It's great. Like you hit the 6-figure mark, you want to celebrate. You hit the 7-figure mark, you want to celebrate. You get that job promotion or whatever it is, and it feels good. But if it doesn't feel good, or if it feels disappointing, if you were like the Courtney 4 years ago, hitting that accolade and it feeling disappointing, then you need to take a moment and reflect upon all the tiny wins along the way and how far you've actually come to get there. Because that's the real prize, my friend. So many people want to wait until they reach a certain point to celebrate themselves or to accept feeling good. And it's really easy, especially with goal setting, to say, when I lose 10 pounds, then I'll feel good. When I hit 6 figures, then I'll feel successful. When I have 20 clients, then I'll be a success. But I want you to remember that by taking the first step, by getting the first client, you are wildly successful. By getting the first $10,000 in sales, what a huge achievement. By getting that first promotion, it doesn't have to be the top promotion. You are an absolute rock star. And if you don't celebrate those as wholeheartedly as you would celebrate when you hit the 6-figure or the big promotion or whatever that big goal that you want, when you hit the big goal, I'm going to tell you it's not going to feel as good. And you're not going to feel as fulfilled. And there's going to feel like there's something missing. And so the third thing that I want to talk about with this goal setting is what happens when you don't reach the goal, or what happens when you experience failure along the way. If you are new in your entrepreneur journey, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I've failed a lot more than you. Not saying it to brag, I'm just telling you the truth. I've had more people tell me no to sales. I get shut down all the time. And I'm proud of it, because that means that I'm just out there reaching more people, connecting to more people, talking to more people, letting more people know what I have to offer. I have failed with businesses in the past. I have failed with ideas in the past. I have failed with brands in the past. I have failed in the past. But all of those failures have made me the 6-figure entrepreneur that I am today. All of those failures have built my 7-figure brick and mortar business. All of those failures are just like what I said before. They're all data for you to look at along the way. So I want you to look at your list of your yearly goals. What are those top 3 goals? Have you reverse engineered it Do you know what you need to achieve this month, this quarter, in order to get to those goals? Now, I can tell you I've done this. I know what my numbers are, and I guarantee you along the way, there are going to be months that I don't hit the numbers. There's going to be months that I exceed the numbers. There's going to be months where I feel like I'm failing, or I have an idea and it doesn't work out, or I decide to launch this new course and I only get 2 sales. But here's the secret to success and the secret to goal setting that others aren't going to tell you. And this is really kind of, I feel, the secret to business. I only have 2 people that sign up hypothetically for a new course that I create, or a new business that I create, or a new coaching program that I create, instead of the 25. I will show up for those 2 people like there are 250 people in that course. I will show up and bring the energy and the excitement and the value to those 2 people. Like, these 2 people are going to change the course of my life and my career. Because how you show up for 1 to 2 people, how you show up when nobody else is there behind the scenes, is how you reach those big goals, is how you sell 250 in a course launch, is how you have a maxed out book for coaching clients, is how people are flooding your DMs wanting to work with you, is how you reach those goals that you so deeply desire. It's how you show up when you're small and you don't have an audience yet. Just like me right now on this YouTube talking to you, I don't have a big audience here, but I'm still showing up. And I'm showing up and bringing you value and coming here with excitement. Like, literally, I was looking at the list of things I have to do today and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to film my YouTube. I'm so excited to talk about this today because it's the person I'm becoming within the process. And one of my big goals this year on my yearly list is to grow my YouTube to 1,000. Right now, I believe, let me look how many subscribers. It's not a lot, but it's growing every day. Let's see where I am. Oh, look, 378 subscribers. So a little over 600 to go, but it's my yearly goal. And guess what? If I don't end the year at 1,000 subscribers, I'll keep going. If I get 2 views on this video, I will keep going. And that's what I want to remind you today, because I know you're setting those lofty goals and I love it. And I know, and if you didn't watch the first part of this series, this is a 3-part goal setting series. And this is kind of my wrap up of it, because I want you to know that setting the goal, reverse engineering, and setting the habits, especially setting those habits, you are going to become the kind of person that will achieve those goals. Doesn't matter the timeline. We're all on our own timelines, but I believe in you and I know you can do it. And when you fail along the way, you just look at it, you stand up, you wipe yourself off, and you keep on going. If you miss your goals, you look at the data and you just keep on going. And that's how you reach your big, crazy, scary goals. If there's anything that you want to know, any sort of series that you want to see, guests on here, please let me know. And thanks for tuning in. Remember, the world is your oyster. I'll talk to you soon.